Today on Oregon Extra, we will look at people who are dealing with changes in their lives and how they're trying to make the best of them. We'll meet people in Junction City who are facing a decision that would affect their homes. We will also learn about what it's like to live without eating bread, pasta, or anything that contains gluten. Some have lived like that all their lives. And finally, how one group of local singers turned from entertaining themselves and their fellow students into a worldwide success. I'm Kat Wolcott, and this is Oregon Extra for Friday, May 28, 2010. Good afternoon. Life brings challenges, and challenges require people to make adjustments. The ones you'll meet today are taking the initiative to adapt to the changes they've encountered. Imagine waking up one day to find that your city has staked a claim to property you've owned for years. It happened in Junction City, only 15 minutes northwest of Eugene. Jeff Hogg found out that he will be forced to give up parts of his land for a sewer line that will serve Junction City's new prison and mental hospital. City planners claim that the proposed deal offered to Hogg is fair, but he's decided to fight back. Chris DiVincenzo reports.
Just a couple miles up the road, a major land dispute is causing a major stir in Junction City. It all started about 15 years ago when Junction City and most of its citizens agreed to put in a state prison and mental hospital off Highway 99. We went to City Hall and spoke with City Manager David Klein, who told us about the city's plans.
In 2013, in the fall of 2013, the Oregon State Mental Hospital opened its second hospital. The first is being completed in Salem this year. The second one will be opened in Junction City 2 years later. In addition, there will be a new prison complex that will consist of a minimum security facility and a medium security facility. The current plans, and this changes fairly frequently until the final budget gets locked in, but the current plans are for an opening in 2014 of the minimum security facility, and the medium security facility is around 2019 at this point.
Citizens agreed to give way with some of their property for construction as long as they were reimbursed fairly for it, and they wanted to benefit from the construction. The construction that will take place on the citizens' property consists of putting in new water and sewage pipes for the state prison and mental hospital.
There were 25 property owners along the west side of Highway 99. It's where the pipelines will run to serve the two facilities, as well as future growth, as well as their properties. So we will be running a water and a sewer line down just adjacent to the highway. To do that, we've had to acquire right-of-way, acquire easements from all the property owners, all 25 property owners. At this point in time, we've acquired easements from 2/3 of those property owners through negotiations.
So what are the problems with these new projects? Klein told us he had some problems claiming property from about 12 owners. One of those owners and leader of the self-proclaimed Westsiders Pack is Junction City resident Jeff Hagg. We spoke with Mr. Hagg to see why he wasn't handing over his land so easily.
Well, they're putting sewer and water through the front yard and telling everybody that we can't use it.
I'm here at Jeff Hagg's house in Junction City along Highway 99, where he tells me one of his biggest concerns is having young children play in this front yard just a couple feet away from a dangerous construction zone.
If you have small kids that live in my rental and play on their trampoline, and you're going to have semi-trucks driving right here, that's not a real cool deal for a lot of these people for a period of time. They don't want to pay any kind of fair compensation for the land.
I'm walking on the exact line where the construction will start and run 2.5 miles north on Highway 99.
Well, it starts up at Prairie Road to the north and goes clear to Mill Iron Road on the south. It's about 2.5 miles, and they're taking 20 foot off the front of every property out here to put in water and sewer lines to mainly serve the prison and the new state hospital and the grain miller. Then they're taking another 10-foot swath. They're going to rent it from people for 2 years so they have a place to drive their trucks while they're working.
There's roughly 1/3 remaining that we've had to file in condemnation. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't ultimately still come to a meeting of the minds and bargain and negotiate a settlement, but at least at this point in time, to make sure that our project stays on time and the city doesn't end up paying damages for construction delays, we've had to go forward with condemnation of the remaining properties. Regardless, through the condemnation proceedings, whether it goes all the way through to court and trial, the property owners will receive fair compensation for their properties from the city. So nobody will have property taken without compensation, and the project is clearly for a public purpose.
I was offered 58 cents a square foot for my property, and I said that's an unreasonable offer. I said if you show me any property anywhere for 58 cents a square foot, I'd be an investor today. I mean, that's just ridiculous. One of my neighbors was offered 9 cents, another one 68 cents. The offers change, and we are actually losing buildable future property that would be valued today at $7 or $8 a square foot.
So with neither side budging, how will this dispute end?
The laws on condemnation are fairly clear. You can go in and get possession very rapidly of properties for a public purpose, and so we're doing that. There won't be a setback in our schedule. What this does is set back the time that he gets paid for his property, and that's the only setback. But as far as the construction project itself, we will proceed in a timely way, because it's of concern that we not let the citizens of Junction City and the state and residents of the state be penalized because of delays in the contract.
They got the prison chute in, they got the state hospital chute in, and they got the grain miller to tag along at the end. There was no real study done. None of the work was completed other than, well, we got this and that's what we wanted, see you later. The rest of the people in town are thinking, wait a minute, this cost a lot of money, but how did it benefit anybody?
On Highway 99 in Junction City for Oregon News, I'm Chris DiVincenzo.
Construction is set to begin next fall. Junction City management still plans on having the projects completed on time.